Hello all, welcome back to our channel. So students, in this video we are going to discuss unit number 2, that is partnership accounts 2. Okay, this video is very useful and very much easy to score good marks in this unit, because only two topics I am going to explain in this video, that is dissolution of firm and one short question, Gardner versus Murray, and whether it may be a theory or it may be a problematic, I will explain both, where you can score 16 marks from this unit. Okay, so first we will discuss about the dissolution of the firm. So try to adjust with the screen and the camera everything, because I'm not having sufficient infrastructure. Okay, infrastructure facilities. Okay, so students, dissolution of a firm, if you want to make dissolution of a firm, if you want to learn dissolution of firm, means you have to remember these rules. Okay, you have to remember these rules. So what are that rules? Means there are only three accounts in dissolution of a firm. Only three accounts in dissolution of a firm. What are that accounts? Realization account, partners capital account, and cash account or cash or bank account. Only three accounts you need to prepare. In admission of partnership, what are the accounts we prepared? Revaluation account, partners capital account, cash account, or goodwill account. These are all things we have prepared, but here only three accounts is there: realization account, partners capital account, and cash or bank account. Okay, this is the first thing. And the second thing is, from the balance sheet, whatever the in the question, whatever the balance sheet is given, in that balance sheet, if the assets are, that should be, whatever the assets are there in the balance sheet, that should be written on the debit side of the realization account. Debit side of the realization account. In question they have given balance sheet here. These are all assets. Where we need to enter this asset? In realization account, debit side, by cash to cash account. Like this we need to prepare it, ma. Okay, next, from the balance sheet, whatever the liabilities are there, that should be written on credit side of realization account. Whatever the liabilities there in the balance sheet, that should be written on credit side of balance realization account, except capital and reserve. Here, except cash, we need to enter all the assets in the debit side of realization account. Here, except capital and reserve, remaining all the liabilities like creditors, bills payable, like this type of liabilities, we need to enter in credit side of realization account. This is the second rule. Okay, and the third thing is adjustments. In adjustments, whatever the assets are realized, what we need to do, where we need to enter in, which means we need to enter that in credit side in realization account. We need to enter that assets realization is in credit side in realization account, and the liabilities is which is and realization of liabilities, whatever the liabilities are realized, that should be debit side in realization account. So these are the main rules. If you get to know about these rules only, you can easily understand this concept, you can easily finish off this concept. Okay students, and fifth one is expenses will be always debit side of realization account. Whatever the realization account expenses will be there, that should be debit side in realization account. This is fixed. Cash account will be opened with opening balance, and whatever in debit side of realization account will be credited to cash and vice versa. So in cash account we will prepare cash account, third account, right? So whatever the cash balance is there in the asset side in the question, that cash balance we need to open, and whatever the things we are having in realization account debit side, we need to enter that in credit side. Whatever the things we are having in credit side in realization account, we need to debit in bank account. Debit into credit, credit into debit. If it is having in debit, we need to credit it. If they are having in credit, we need to debit it. This is the thing. And the seventh one is provision will be credit to realization account. Whatever the provisions are there, if they have given provision for doubtful debts, whatever it may be, it will be credited to realization account. Okay, reserve PLN account will be distributed to partners. Same like that, admission and retirement of partners only, we will distribute it to the partners. When partners are taking assets of a company, it should be credit side in realization account. When the partners are taking and assets, purchasing the own assets of the company, that should be credit in realization account. When partners is agreed to pay loan, it should be debit in realization account. When partners are agreed to pay the loan, okay, if they are agreed, means we need to debit it in realization account. Loan from wife or husband, of the whatever the partner is existing in the company, that we need to credit in realization account. Okay, So that we need to create in realization account. Loan from partners, here loan from partners will be credit side in bank or cash account. Whatever the loans are taking, that should be credit in bank or cash account. Realization expenses, assets realized, liabilities, whatever it may be having, we need to enter that as a to bank account or by bank account, like that. This is the thing. Okay, I hope that you have got clarity about the rules. Just make sure you pause the screen and take a screenshot, or else you make a note of it so that you will understand it. So now we will look into the question which is repeated in the examination question paper. Okay, so I think that he's sorry, he's disturbing you. So okay, wait 1 minute. Okay, wait, what? No. Question. What is the question? How they will ask the question? A, B, C are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 3:2:1. Their balance sheet as are of follows. After that, they agreed to dissolve a partnership firm to prevent destroy. They have getting loss. It seems they have both three are decided to dissolve this firm. Okay. So what a partner agreed to take over the stock. Stock is an asset. Partners, when partners are taking asset, what we need to do? Here only I have said no. Here, when partners are taking asset, it should be credit side in realization account. Credit side in realization account according to their partners. A's capital account stock 15,000, A's capital account debtors at 87,000. Land and buildings sold an auction of 27,000. Land and buildings sold an auction of 27,000, it seems. And show by means a ledger can how account partnership. So here what they have saying, see seriously, C is insolvent. C partner is insolvent, it seems, and unable to prevent any provide any cash, it seems. C is insolvent, it seems. Whatever the C law is there, loss, whatever the loss which C is belonging to, that we need to bear A and P partner. Just we need to uh, do the question mark so that you will understand it. So I have drawn. So students, first I have drawn realization account. Realization account, what you will have? Debit and credit. Debit side particulars amount, credit side particulars amount. Okay students. So according to the rules, what we should follow? From the balance sheet, whatever the assets are there, that should be written on debit side of realization account, except cash. Except cash, we need to take all the assets in a debit side of revaluation account. Debit side will start like 2. I will write with blue pen. Okay, 2. What you should return? Sundry assets or assets. Assets. What are the assets we are having in the questions? Cash we should not take, right? Except cash, debtors is there, stock is there, land and buildings is there. Debtors is 10,000. Here see. Here only I am writing debtors 10,000, stock 20,000, land and buildings is 55,000. And over. Next, from the balance sheet, whatever the liabilities are there, that should be credited on realization account. In question, whatever the balance sheet they have given, in liability side, except capital and reserve, whatever the liability we are having, creditors we are having 35,000. Creditors we need to credit in realization account by liabilities. In liabilities, what are we are having? Creditors. How much is the creditors value? 35,000. Okay students, 35,000. Next, what we need to do? We need to look into the question. Okay, balance sheet is over. Next here, A agreed to take over the stock at 15,000. When partner is taking an asset, what we need to do? What we need to do? When partners are taking asset, we should be credit side in realization account. We need to credit it in realization account. Like how we should write? By A is taking, no, A's capital account. Stock he is taking, right? How much is taking? 15,000 only. 15,000. Okay, and debtors also he is taking same by A's capital account debtors for how much he is taking? 7,000, right? Okay, this is over, this is over, this is also over. Land and buildings are sold, an auction of 27,000. Land and buildings store, like sold by, assets are sold, no, by bank or cash account. By bank account, land and buildings were sold for 27,000. Okay, we need to enter this in a bank column, so that's why I'm writing like this. Okay students, so how much it was sold? For 27,000. Okay, so in question nothing is there. Over total question we have adjusted in realization account. Okay, so here we need to total it. First, whatever is the highest, debit is highest or credit is highest? I think credit is highest. So before that, what you need to do means, in question, in dissolution of a firm question, whatever the liabilities are we are crediting in realization account, after completing all we need to debit it back. Okay, we need to debit it back. We need to put that liabilities, well means whatever the liabilities we are having, we put that liabilities in credit side first. After that we need to debit it also. So how we need to debit it? To bank account. We need to share this into a bank account. Here I am writing what amount? Creditors amount. What is the creditors amount value? 35,000. In every question, if they have given creditors or any liabilities, at last of this realization account we need to debit it back. Okay, so sometimes they will give that in creditors 500 were disused and overall 34,500 only we are having. If they have given like that in the question, we need to take only 34,500. In this question they didn't said anything, no, so that's why I'm taking 35,000. Now debit is showing high or credit is showing high? I think debit is showing high. 10,000, 20,000, 55,000 and 35,000. 10,000 plus 20,000 plus 55,000 plus 35,000. What is the total? 1,20,000 is the highest amount, so that's why I'm writing it in a both the debit and credit side. So in credit, what is the value? 35,000 plus 15,000 plus 7,000 plus 27,000. Only 84,000 we are having. How much if we deduct from 1,20,000 means 36,000 is the realization loss. By realization loss, how much? 36,000. We need to share this profit or else realization loss to the partners, right, according to their ratios. That we will look into the partners capital account. I hope that you have got clarity about the realization account. Like this only you need to attempt it, students. Okay, so in partners capital account, credit side, same you will have by balance brought down. What is the capitals of A, B and C? 40,000, 20,000 and 5,000. So I'm writing like that only. 40,000, 20,000 and 5,000. Next what we need to do? We need to check out here. Where in realization account, are you finding any partner's name? Are you finding any partner's name? Yes, we are finding. Whatever we are finding here, by A capital account, A is taking the stock. Here if it is credit means in partners what capital account what it will have? Debit. We need to debit it, opposite transaction, to realization account. From realization account we are taking that, no. How much is the stock value? 15,000. Who is taking? A is taking 15,000. 15,000. He has to also take debtors also, no, to realization account. How much debtors? 7,000. Okay students, so like this we need to attempt it. After that, here also I am seeing realization loss is there. Realization loss, we need to share this into our partners. How much is the realization loss? 36,000. What is the partners ratio? 3 is to 2 is to 1, right? What is the partners ratio? 3 is to 2 is to 1. So 36,000 into 3 divided by 6. 36,000 into 3 divided by 6 means AC is sharing 18,000, right? 36,000 into 2 by 6. B's loss sharing is 36,000 into 2 divided by 6, 12,000. And the C share is 36,000 into 1 divided by 6, 6,000. Okay students, Realization loss is on credit side. We need to debit it in partner's capital account. To realization loss. A's share is 18,000. B's share is 12,000. C share is 6,000. So A share is 18,000. B is 12,000. And C is 6,000. Our students. Next, what we need to do? Again, we need to look into the here. Okay, here. So here, whatever we are having. Next, what we need to do, what they have asked in the question, see here. C is insolvent it seems and he is unable to provide any cash it seems. How much is the C's loss? 6,000. So here I am saying, so 6,000 C is having bearing the loss. In that, how much is the capital? How much is his capital? 5,000. 5,000 we are deducting from 6,000. Remaining 1,000. He is unable to pay this 1,000. Who should pay this 1,000? Who should pay means old partners. Here you will have a Garner versus Murray case. Again you will tell what is mean by Garner versus Murray. I will explain in the video. So this 1,000 rupees, actually this 1,000 loss is for C partner loss. But here what they are saying, this 1,000 should be paid by old partners or remaining partners A and B. Now A and B will be fighting. So I will tell about the Garner versus Murray. So that 1,000 we need to share by old partners. So first what we need to do? What we need to do means, here I am writing by bank account, sorry, by A's bank account. Okay, how much is the answer? 1,000 we need to share. According to the which ratio? Capital ratio. What are the capitals of A and B? A is 40,000, B is 20,000. 3 zeros, 3 zeros, 4 zeros, 4 zeros cancel. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. So 2:1 is the ratio, capital ratio. 1,000 into 2 divided by 3. Here A is bearing 666 means 667 and he is bearing 667, A is bearing, and B is bearing how much? 1,000 into 1 divided by 3. 333. 333. Total 1,000 rupees. Okay. So what we need to do here, we are crediting means they are receiving, no? So here also we need to enter it. How we will enter? To C's loss account. A is bearing 667, B is bearing 333. Here 0. Okay students, in rare cases we will apply this. So here I am writing by B's bank account. Okay, so this is about the partner's capital account. And one more thing what you need to remember means, there is some logic here, ma. What is that logic means? Here in Garner versus Murray case, this is the Garner versus Murray case problem. So if in Garner versus Murray case, if partners are sharing the insolvent partner's loss, then whatever the loss here occurring, whatever the loss they are occurring, we should enter that loss in credit side also. How you will enter? By bank account. By bank account, like this you need to enter it. A's loss is 18,000, B's loss is 12,000, especially in Garner versus Murray case, not in other methods. Okay, so this is about the partner's capital account. Now we will total it. Okay, debit side, first A is having 58,000, 40,000 plus 18,000, how much? 58,000. We are deducting debit values, minus 15,000 minus 7,000 minus 18,000 minus 667. What will be the answer? 17,333. And same like this also. B's 20,000 plus 12,000, 32,000. 32,000. Here 58,000. In 32,000 minus debit amount 12,000 minus 333. What will be the answer? 19,667. Here C is insolvent, no. That's why here we will get 6,000. Here also we will get 6,000. E is insolvent. His loss is shared by the older partners. Right, students? So this amount will be shared to bank account. Okay. So last one, bank account. Bank account will open to the opening balance in debit side to balance brought down. How much is the bank balance which is given in the question? 15,000. 15,000 is the bank balance. And whatever the in realization account and in partners account, if you have seen any bank number, so first we will look into the realization account. In realization account, here we are seeing bank account. If here it is debiting means here what it will be? Credited by realization account. In bank account we should not write the bank in anything. Okay, 35,000. And if here we are not seeing any bank account. Okay, so here in debit side we are seeing 3 bank accounts, right? So what we need to do? What we need to do means 18,000 we are having, no? If here it is crediting means here it will debit to A's capital account. How much? 18,000. To B's capital account is how much? 12,000. Okay, students. So now here also we are having bank account. So here it is debiting means here it will credit by realization account. How much? 1703.33 for A by B's realization account 19,667. Okay, so like this you need to do. Just check out 19,667, 17,333 plus 35,000. How much will be the answer? 72,000. And also what we are having? Realization account we are having here credit side by bank account. Here it is crediting means in bank account it will debit it to realization account. How much? 27,000. Credit side is 72,000. Debit side also should be 72,000. Then only your answer is correct. 15,000 plus 18,000 plus 12,000 plus 27,000. What will be the answer? 72,000. So debit and credit is tallying. Hence you have done a correct thing. So especially in Garner versus Murray problem only, when a existing partner is sharing the loss of the insolvent partner, then that loss of the amount which is having in their realization account should be credited also. So in next question we will see, ma, if you see means it will get clarity. So here what is having? XYZ are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio of 5 is to 3 is to 2. They decided to dissolve, and assets realized where land and buildings is 1 lakh, like that we have getting here. So now we will do this problem, okay, so that you will get a clarity. This is normal problem. In this problem we are not at all having any Gardner versus Murray case. Okay, so all partners are solvent only. Here I am writing realization account. Just follow that. Here I will not explain anything, ma, direct I will tell and I will do. So you also do along with me so that you will get a clarity, so you can score full marks, 12 on 12 marks from unit number 2 in long. Whatever the assets we are having in the question assets, what we need to do? That assets should be debited in realization account to assets. What are the assets we are having? We should not take bank, right? Debtors we are having, stock we are having, furniture. So like this we need to take it. Debtors 1,52,000, stock 60,000, furniture 10,000, plant 2,90,000, land and buildings is 1,12,000. Same like liabilities we need to take here. By liabilities, in liabilities we are having only one thing, that is creditors, which is 1,50,000. This is the question over here. Assets realized. When assets is realized means what we need to do according to the formulas rule I have discussed, no? When whatever the assets realized, we should be credited in realization account. So Here I am writing credit side by bank account. How much assets realized? Land and buildings is 1 lakh, it seems. 1 lakh, plant is 2 lakh 50,000, 1 lakh plus plant is 2 lakh 50,000, stock is 45,000, furniture is 9,000, and debtors is 13,000. Sorry, 1 lakh 30,000. So 53 lakhs 4,000 will be the bank account realized. 53 lakhs 4,000. Right, students? So over. Question over, expenses or all thing. Expenses is expenses in dissolution. Expenses will be always debit side in realization account. We should be debited to realization account to bank account. How much is the expenses? 4,000. Over. What I have said, after completing all, whatever the liabilities we are having, we need to enter that into the debit side to bank account. How much is the creditors value? 1,50,000. Just I am doing here, I am totaling up which is higher and which is giving less. So there it is having 5,34,000 plus 1,50,000. Total 68,04,000. Sorry, 6,84,000 minus 1,52,000 minus 60,000 minus 10,000 minus 2,90,000 minus 1,12,000 minus 4,000 minus 1,50,000. Actually debit is showing more, ma. So again we will do, it is not 6,84,000. Debit is showing more. 1,52,000 plus 60,000 plus 10,000, 70,000 plus 2,90,000 plus 1,12,000 plus 1,50,000 plus 4,000. What is the total highest amount? 7,78,000. 7,78,000. Out of 7,78,000 minus credit balances, that is 6,84,000. 94,000 is the realization of loss. Realization loss is 94,000. We need to share this loss into a P&L account. So now we will take a capital account. So capital account, as I have said, credit side by balance brought down. What is the capitals of XYZ? 3,30,000, 1,30,000, 32,000. 3,30,000, 1,30,000, and the last one is 32,000. Right, students? Now what we need to do? We need to what we need to do means we need to share this loss to the old partners. No, 94,000 according to the ratio. What is the ratio? 5:3:2. So A's partner is 94,000 into 5 divided by 5:3:2 means 5 divided by 10. 47,000 is the debit side to loss account. Same, 94,000 into 3 divided by 10 means 28,200. 94,000 to 2 divided by 10, 18,800. Debit is showing more or credit is showing more? Credit is showing more. 3,30,000, same that amounts only. So in that 3,30,000 minus 47,000, how much is the remaining balance? 2,83,000. Same like that only. 1,30,000 minus 28,200. 1,01,800. Next, 32,000 minus 18,800. 13,200, students. We need to share this into a bank balance. Bank balance will open with the debit side to balance brought down. What is the bank balance? 18,000, right? 18,000 I am writing here. In partner's capital account, here it is having 2 times bank account. If it is debiting means there it will be credit by realization account, by realization account. 2 times it is, no. So what will be the answer? 4,000 and 1,50,000. If it is debit means it is credit. 4 lakh 1,50,000. Next, in this also you are having bank, right? By bank 5,34,000. Here it will be to realization account 5,34,000. Okay, 5,34,000. Here students, in partners capital account we are sharing the bank account. Here if it is that debit means here we need to credit it by capital account 28,300, 2,83,000, 1,01,800 and 13,200. Okay, so just we need to total it, it will get tallied. Okay, 5,34,000 plus 18,000 is the 5,52,000. Here also we should get 5,52,000. 4,000 plus 1,50,000 plus 2,83,000 plus 1,01,800 plus 13,200. 5,52,000. Same answer we are getting. Okay, like this we need to do students. If you are having any doubts in dissolution of a firm, you can ask me in the comment section. Now I will discuss Gardner versus Murray and I will end up this video so that you can score good marks in this unit. Okay, so now it's time, the time is 2 p.m. sorry 2 a.m. midnight 2 a.m. I think that I am not finish remaining chapters like 4th chapter and 5th chapter, but I will try to finish it. But don't keep any hopes on me, so that many of the students are requesting, so that's why I'm doing this video. Even also I'm also not getting any rest ma. So now we will discuss about the Garner versus Murray, so that you will get to know about this case, so that you will easily understand the problematic. Okay, now we will discuss Garner versus Murray. Students, the most weighted thing, that is Garner versus Murray, which is very much important for short. Okay, so what is the issue of this? Both the buddies Garner and Murray was the friends ma. They both started, not both, they three have started their business. Here what they have saying, Garner versus Murray was popular case example of partnership business which was held in the 1903 in England. In England, this case was issued, and with this case was happened. Under this, two partners, that is Garner and Murray, were arguing each other to share the loss occurred. Whatever the loss occurred due to the insolvent of the third partner, Wilkins, at the time of dissolution of a firm. While dissolution of a firm, Wilkins was insolvent to give the loss amount. So Garner and Murray were fighting each other to share their losses. Garner and Murray were fighting on the issue and of sharing the loss of Wilkins' insolvency. At that time, Garner said that the loss of Wilkins, what Garner said means, it should, the loss which is done by the third partner should be shared as the ratio of, like whatever the ratio we are finding, like 3 is to 2 is to 1, that ratio only we should do. But Murray was said that loss of Wilkins insolvency should be shared among the, as per their capital ratio. Murray is saying about the capital ratio and Garner is saying about the normal profit and loss account ratio. They both went to the court, they both fighted and they both went to the court. The Lord, like the Judge Joyce, the Judge of England, what he have given the decisions means, if loss occurs due to insolvency of a partner, then that loss should be shared by the capital loss of the remaining partners. Or else if loss in if the whatever the loss we are having, that loss occurred on realization, then it will be considered as a trading account. Whatever the profit and loss account we are saying, like that we need to consider it. Like that Mr. Joy is given the decision. From that time onwards, this case was taken as a study in the dissolution of a firm. If a third partner is, if a if one of the partner is not insolvent, is insolvent, then who should share that profit, who should share that loss, like that we need to answer it. Okay, so this is a popular case and very much important. Just take a screenshot and learn all these things, ma. Okay, so this is all about the video. If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to our channel and share with all your friends and groups. Okay, this video will be useful for them also. Okay, so many of you are requesting a huge demand on advanced accounting, but as of now I'm not at all having time, ma. So I'm so tired, like from past 3 days I'm not having proper sleep. Just 1 2 hours I'm having sleep. So try to understand. If I get time, I will upload it, or else tomorrow anyway we are having live stream, no, live stream we are having at evening 5 o'clock. So try to join in that live stream. There I will explain everything. Okay, so once again, all the very best, students. See you all next video. Bye bye.